What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, wait to the weekend. Wait to the week. Wait. New track, yo. I found this new track. It's on TTS Downloads, man. It's hot. Dirt and Sean been holding out on us, yo. Come through. They got hit singles. Sorry. I just I decided to use some of their clips. When he first did, anyway, if y'all want to check out the track, it's on my channel. I didn't make a separate channel because I was like, it's just a separate playlist. It's Console War Bangers, I think it's called. But the song is called Wait Till the Weekend. And basically, I was there live watching them doing that show, right? And so they started with the Wait Till the Weekend, and they went on, and it was hilarious, right? So I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. And so everything I got for that track was from that one show. And I had a lot more. Actually, I have another track in the chamber from that one show, which was a couple of weeks ago. And so, yeah, that one's in the chamber. That's probably be the next one I put out. A little bit more snipery, if you will. But anyway, I thought it was hilarious when they kept doing it, and now everybody's Joey did it last show, so I'm like, all right. But I knocked it out, and it took longer for me to grab the clips and go through the clips than actually put it together. Oh, that's not true. Because I didn't have an idea. I just knew I wanted to do the Wait for the Weekend, but I didn't have a track for it, so I had to do the track, and it's a simple track. I didn't do too much to it, but, Anyway, sorry. I wanted to talk about video game stuff because that's what I usually do. But I will be doing more of those. So I'm going to try, depending on the news, I'm going to try to do one a week. No promises, but that's what I want to do. So that's, I banged that one out in a couple of days. Here, give or take. I think I can get it quicker. I can probably do it a little quicker, but, it's just a matter of kind of getting in the groove and stuff. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that. Dude, I went on X, Twitter, whatever. I'm scrolling. I'm like, what the hell is going? Why is there so much Xbox news? And maybe it's curated to me. Maybe it's the algorithm. They know I'm a bot, whatever. But I was like, yo, Xbox, no PlayStation, Xbox. I was like, wow. And basically, it was the Netflix joint. It was the Netflix news. Tom Warren, Tom Henderson, all the Toms. Tom from freaking Moore's Law is Dead, all the Toms. It was like Netflix. I was like, okay, so they've been talking. She met with the dude at Netflix, the co-founder or whatever. A couple of Asha, the powerful Asha, the great and powerful Asha. No, she's just powerful. Yeah, so she met with him 3 times or something like that. And so people are like speculating, of course. You got to speculate. And so here's my thing. I think they're gonna make a deal. What's the deal? Well, since Netflix they got paid to not get Warner Brothers, Paramount. And so Netflix is like, all right, we got all this money. We had money, and now we got more money because Paramount had to pay us. What are we going to do with the money? And Asha's like, hey, what's up, Netflix? How y'all doing? What's up? Come to my office. Come on, let's grab a coffee. That's how she does. Let's grab a coffee. That's how she does. And she, okay, here's what I think. I heard. I think Boom was reading some of the article or whatever, and the co-vice president or the co-founder, whatever his thing is, his position is, he said certain things like, I honestly I can't remember, and I don't want to paraphrase it incorrectly, but it seems like there's a deal to be had. Basically, he was saying that they are, meaning Microsoft, is trying to figure out a way to actually that's not what he said. He said the deal needs to be such that it is good for the customers and it's good for both parties, basically. So it's good for everyone, right? And so I was thinking, I was like, okay, so if they do a combo subscription, which is kind of all everybody's doing that, right? So if they do a combo sub, right? They do a combo sub. They do, let's say if they do the highest tier of Netflix and the lowest tier of Game Pass, put that together, boom. So if you get the highest tier of Netflix, you automatically get the lowest tier of Game Pass. And then the other way is the inverse, the vice versa. So you get Xbox Ultimate, you get the lowest tier of Netflix, free. Now, people were talking about the franchises and making movies and stuff. I mean, that's a whole separate thing. That has nothing to do with the subscription business. It does, but it doesn't. It's just that's content for the sub business, but it's not about them coming together to make a combo deal for us and make that pot sweeter, make each sub side better. It's like, okay, well, if I don't know what Netflix is at, if they go up to $30 and they add Game Pass, then that's value added for them. We're already at 30, so if they give us Game Pass without adding any more, I mean, if they give us, if I got Ultimate, if I get Netflix for free plus World of Warcraft or whatever else they throwing in there, let's go. Then I'm like, all right, that's how you add value to your sub service. And so I'm like, okay, so that's one way they can play this. I don't know if there's another. I thought I had another idea about another way that they could play it, but that was the main thing. The two kind of putting them together. I mean, you can mix and match. Maybe it's the highest and the highest. If you get the low version, you get the low of the other. Maybe that's that, and maybe it's they kind of they kind of make all the prices the same across the board. So Netflix and Game Pass have the same pricing structure, so that if you get the low. So if it's Netflix you're getting, you still get Game Pass. If it's Game Pass, Netflix, same price, both ways. Maybe that's something they're trying to figure out, which that wouldn't be bad either. Also, I had the idea that Microsoft could buy Netflix. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Netflix wants to sell. But Microsoft definitely has the money, and if they want to get into that business like that, like streaming, and then they don't technically have a studio. I think I don't know what Netflix owns as far as production houses, or do they do all third part? I don't even know. So, but that can be remedied. But also remember, Master Chief Halo's on Netflix. They licensed from Paramount, I believe, and also Gears of War is coming out on Netflix, the animation and live action. Some say it's a movie, some say it's a series. I think it's a movie. I think I heard it was a movie. I guess the animation would be a live series. They have a lot of things happening with Netflix, so it makes sense for them to do business with Netflix. And since Netflix kind of, the deal fell through for them and they have all this money, I think they want to make a deal. I think they want to get in bed with Microsoft. And especially if Asha is there. See, I think the thing is, Phil's a different type of CEO, right? Which is fine for what he did. But then ultimately he did damage the brand on certain moves. But Asha is very well aware of the damage that was done and what the damage was. And I think she's more in tune with the marketing side, and that's why she is kind of a better fit, because she understands the psychology of the people who she's trying to sell her stuff to, sell Microsoft, to sell the Xbox to. And that's what you need. Phil was just a gamer, so he's like, I know what gamers want. It's like, that's fine. But all of the psychology and all that stuff, he didn't know any of that. He didn't really go for that, and that's why he was just honest. And it's like, I mean, you get a merit for honest, but you get a demerit for saying the things that you shouldn't have said out loud. That's the inside voice. You're not supposed to say this stuff out loud. and that was his fatal flaw. In the grand scheme of things, did he destroy the brand? No. The brand is too strong to be destroyed by those type of things. But I think there was a reason for. I mean, first of all, everyone hates the brand anyway. Everyone hates Xbox because they believe it's Microsoft. You know, it's part of Microsoft, but everyone hates it automatically, right? And so all they needed was a reason to justify their hate, and he just threw fuel on the fire, basically. But Asha is a different beast. She has been on point ever since she started. She's not even fully in control. She's still learning. She's still watching, like saying, okay, who's the mole? Who's the spy? Who can I trust? You know, putting people in certain places. You know, some of that is I don't call it nepotism because I don't think they're related, but it's definitely like, yo, he hooked me up when I first started. I'ma hook him up. I'm like, yo, as long as he do the job right, that's all good. I'm talking about the chief of staff. Yeah, they've known each other for a long time. So when I see her talking to the Netflix dude, and they've gone back 3 times already. They have had 3 meetings. You could take it. You could be negative. You can say, "Oh, they can't work it out. It's impossible. It's not gonna happen." Or you could be like, "All right, they're just being methodical." It's like, okay, this is what's happening with Xbox. This is done. This is what Game Pass. Blah blah blah. What you got? All right. Second meeting, he comes back. This is what we got. Blah 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 blah. All right, boom. Third meeting. This is what we got together. We could do this. We could do that. We could do this. What y'all thinking? Blah blah blah. All right, let's have another meeting. We'll talk some numbers. Cause it's all numbers. It's all like they said. You need to satisfy the customer, and you need to take into consideration both parties. And I believe that they can both be in a positive position. I would say don't raise the price. That's the only thing I would say. $30 is the limit. Stop it. Netflix, if they raise it, like I said, if they raise the price to be, you know, in tow with Xbox, and then they say premium to premium, blah blah blah, you know, I wouldn't mind some free Netflix with my Xbox. Thank you very much. And then, you know, as far as the IP, do you think Netflix would be like, yo, Microsoft, you can use all IPs, you can use Stranger Danger things, you could use Breaking Bad, all that stuff. I mean, there's another news story where Fire Sprite was working on a Breaking Bad game, and that was canceled. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We were mainly talking about Netflix and Xbox, and how Xbox is just it's filling up the zeitgeist. I was like, yo, what is going on? Did I miss something? Because it's all boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, is that a good thing? That Netflix and Xbox? And I said, yes, it is. Now, this is the other thing that I didn't even really mention, but this is part of it, right? MAUs, right? So Netflix has 94 million, something like that, a month, monthly users, MAUs. Xbox has, it was 40 something it's probably around 50 million. I would say more than 50 million, but let's just say 50 million, right? So for Xbox and Netflix, if they do this, no matter what you sub to, they kind of combine their MAUs, if that makes sense. So Xbox with their 50, I mean, Microsoft as a whole has over 500 million, but we're not counting that, okay? We're just Xbox, Netflix. And so imagine if they do that. Every single subscription tier on both sides, on Xbox and Netflix, is connected to the other side. So Xbox is connected to Netflix. Netflix is connected to Xbox. Doesn't matter what tier you choose, you get a Netflix or you get an Xbox Game Pass, right? That automatically combines their sub counts. So Netflix gains 50 million subs automatically, and Xbox gains 94 million subs automatically. So that helps both sides right there. Boom, boom. And it helps the customers because it's like, I just one sub and I get the both, and y'all ain't changing the prices, right? If they keep the prices the same, boom, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Remember that? I'm just saying, wait for the weekend. It might happen at the week. I don't know what's gonna happen. These things take time, but whatever. It's like kind of, look. Everybody was down Asha. She's like, oh, she ain't got a gamer tag. Oh, that's not her game. She got AI playing her games, or whatever they're saying, right? I'm like, look, she's new kid on the block, and she's making more waves than has been made in a minute. I'm gonna say on in the industry. When was the last time a studio head of a company made waves in such a quick boom boom? You're looking at PlayStation, what they doing? Pisser 2 is out, but it doesn't work. But it kind of works. It's barely better. It kind of, but it's not because it's broken sometimes. I'm Mark Cerny. Look, it's so crazy, man. I got a video for that too, because everybody seems to forget that Resident Evil 9 was super broken, so much so that they had to take Pisser Tech 2 out of certain sections of the game because it was broken, and they acting like it's the best thing because they ain't got nothing else. They got no games, so they gotta look at Pisser Tech, act like they're gonna play some Pisser Tech. Well, look, I got games. I think I am going to buy Crimson Desert. I was thinking about it, and they've been pushing out updates like, whoa. Only problem that I do have that I've heard about, I haven't done any research lately, but I've heard that it doesn't really work on the handheld, so it wouldn't work on my Xbox, my ROG Xbox Ally, which is disappointing because that would be the best travel game. 200 hours? I just need that. That's all. I mean, I got like 8 games on there now, but I'm like, who's gonna leave? Because I'm putting Crimson Desert on it if it could run. I'm gonna put it on and see if it can run. If I get it to run and they fix it better, I'm like, yes, because that seems like a game that you can be playing it for a while. Kind of like Starfield. Like you can get lost in building ships on Starfield. It's just that crazy. And that's I kind of like those type of games where it's like you don't have to play the game. Like that's the problem with PlayStation games, is like it's a game that you have to follow the line. It's a script. You have to follow the script, and the character's this, and this character's gonna die at this point. But Starfield is not like that. Neither is Crimson Desert. Stories, they're like, oh, but there's not story, there's not cinematic. I'm like, listen, you could do whatever you want. That's the whole point. In Starfield, I could be like, look, I'm gonna just be the ship master. I'm gonna build all these ships. I'm gonna have 59 different ships. I'm gonna have a fast ship, a slow ship, a big ship, a small ship. I'm gonna have all the ships, and then I'm gonna make them all in different colors. You could do that in Starfield. You could go, oh, I'm gonna build me a base on this whole planet is gonna be a base. That's what I'm gonna do. Well, it's not the whole planet because it's only a section, but I'm just saying. On this planet is my base. This is my base of operations with all of my 59 ships. I could do that in Starfield. You can't do that in The Last of Us. Well, it's a different game, but you can't do nothing in The Last of Us except follow the yellow brick road. You can't do nothing. They gotta drag you through the story. And it's like, all right, that's cool. What if the story sucks? In my games, I make my own story. I'm like, all right, what am I doing today? Okay, I'm gonna take my fast ship out. I'm gonna race around in some asteroids. I'm gonna steal some cargo from these pirates because they were messing with me. Imagine if the pirates found your base and they came attack you. That probably could happen. I don't know, but anyway. And then Crimson Desert is a whole nother thing. I saw a clip. It was Alex was watching Nib. Nib got a W, where he did the grapple hook on a tree, and he pulled the tree down, and it slingshotted him in the air, and he took off and he started flying. I was like, oh, it's one of those games. So I was like, all right, so yeah, that's like just do what you want type of game. I'm like, yeah, that's where I was. And then they said that they did an update to fix some of the control issues and all this stuff, and they're pushing out mad updates. So I'm like, yeah. I'm definitely check that out. But anyway, I'm sorry, ramble. But yeah, Netflix and Xbox, man. Xbox and Netflix. That sounds like a winning combination. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Let me know. Hit me up. Hit me up. And also let me know what you think about the little track I made. Wait for the weekend. Like I said, I got more in the tank and I got more in the chamber. So we gonna bust them out. I'm gonna start working on that one today. The next one today. And we'll see what we get at it. Hopefully I can get it done by the weekend. Anyway, I appreciate. I'll talk to y'all later until 2 weeks.